And here, we can recruit our first companion. Well, technically second if you count Sarlora. But here's our first official companion.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep.
Your slave has come to report for duty.
The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
And a dutiful servant you are too. Chances are I wouldn't have survived that shipwreck, had you not returned to the aid of your master down that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Well, I am glad to be of help. I can't stand idly by when people are in danger.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it. You may as well have your freedom.
Dobby is a free house elf?
Now then, if there's nothing further.
Huh. What are you doing here, standing on the rock?
I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
I see memories. Childhood days spent in the sun.
Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
That's rather specific vision you see there. Why an empire?
Of course it's rather specific. Quite obviously, I'm musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
A red lizard that can only mean one thing. You're the notorious Red Prince.
The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the spouse of the sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
Alright. Well, I kind of have this and that to sort out. But you're welcome to tag along if you want.
This and that? Tag along? Do you really mean to compare the fate of an empire to whatever foibles you seek to fix? On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
Well, I can't promise exactly, but I'll keep your request in mind.
You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh well, that wishy-washy answer will have to do then. So, now that that's settled, first things first. even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
Honestly, him being a fighter is pretty good. He gets some pretty good skills. And honestly, I have the four joy mirror on, so if I need to respec him, I can. So we're gonna keep him a fighter for right now. A fighter sounds perfect. You should stay with your true vocations.
Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
That settles it.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings.
Oh, aren't I the lucky one?
Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
And we do have some level ups that we can do, or at least I do. So, attributes. Again, since I am going to be a roguish type, I'm going to put these first two in wits and in finesse. And I think my next level up I might do constitution and strength. Yes, we'll keep that. And we're going to do dual wielding, because that increases our chances of attack, or sorry, our damage and our dodging ability, so yes. Yes, we'll keep that. And I want to start putting some in persuasion, but I think thievery. Yes. And that should be it for us. And the Red Prince doesn't need a level up at this time. Alright, so let's get exploring.
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me.
And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Me? I know who I am. At least I think I do. Sometimes it feels like... No, I know who I am. Who are you?
Honestly, I think this one's the best answer. I'm just a man trying to survive.
Huh? Yes, survival. Harder than you'd think, maybe. Harder than...
The cat shakes its head, as if trying to wake up from a deep sleep.
Are you feeling okay?
Huh? Yeah, fine. I'm fine. I'm not sure. It's all a little foggy.
Where did you come from?
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk he turns away from you.
Huh. Interesting. I'm sure more will be revealed later on.
Ooh, how pensively our shield looks down upon us.
I have a few questions.
Dear me, it has questions, Quercus. Why, yes, I suppose answering them is the polite thing to do. Speak, shield. What are your queries? A giant body, but no giant brain, eh, Quercus?
I didn't mean to select that.
Surely Even the tall folk know that Rivellon was bare before the great acorn fell from above and seeded the Irwood, covering this land in beautiful, perfect forests. Beautiful and perfect until the giant races, no offense, realized they could use it to build their houses and fuel their fires. They carved the Irwood up, and the forests shrank and shrank. None of the original wood remains. But someday, the great acorn will fall again. The forests will be reborn, and the giant races will be wiped from this world. At least that's what I hear.
But I'm still a little confused. Where did this acorn come from?
Oh, Quercus, it wants answers. As if it is the first creature to ponder the big questions of the universe. What tree did the great acorn fall from? Where did that tree come from, if not a greater acorn? Could you build a nest great enough to store the great acorn for the winter? Some questions have no answers. Quercus, why is that so difficult to understand? The great acorn will come. It will destroy the world, and squirrels will reign supreme forever. I fail to see what's so difficult to grasp.
And you think it's good that the Great Acorn may return?
What do you say, Quercus? We once believed it was good, but now... No, quite right. As terrible as the giants have been to us, we do not want to see them wiped out. Rather, we must find a way to live together in peace, giant and squirrel.
I agree. Peace ought to be the end goal in all matters.
Although it would be quite a bit easier to get along if the giants would stop turning our home forests into spears and ships and things, wouldn't it, Quercus? Perhaps the shield will let them know as much.
Never want to set stuff for your boat ever again. Never.
Ah, it's another one of the children that we saved.
Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me.
Oh, I wonder if she was talking about you, Prince.
Ooh, that's a pretty one.
Let's see. Yarrow flower, I'm pretty sure that could be used to make healing potions. I think, anyway. Penny bun mushrooms. Well, again, we can always sell the ingredients if we don't use them.
I've spotted something.
Oh, we're gonna get attacked. Alright, Prince. I'm gonna let you dig this up.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
And I'll just... right in front of him. And then you next. Oh, good job. Careful. I don't want anyone getting hurt. Because we can lose the little kitty cat, and we can lose the little Sorloda, or Sorlora. I'm pretty sure there's another dig spot around here. Oh, great. 10 gold,
Oh,
nice.
spotted something.
I knew there was. Oh, Prince.
I am not opposed to manual labor if circumstances require.
And the dusty pouch. We got leather, nice. Ooh, a darling bow, nice. And some gold, nice. Let's see. And I want to say there may or may not be one more dig spot area somewhere around here. Maybe down here. It's around here somewhere. This is also why it's good to have high enough wits.
Now speak. I am a proud loyal to the Order. I would not dream of subverting our cause. Your God.
We can find it later.
Please.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Only the gods are fit to take back what they have given.
Stay silent, you!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The Lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
The cruelty of it makes me sick.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
And we looted everything, including a leg off of her, which I find hilarious.
Come on then, Lexi. Hey up. Fire up.
I find any bread, I want no trouble.
Bread or a brisket?
Gonna
Tom's the
pray all
same.
day, buddy?
This is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this one. Griff already knows she don't like to pay her fair share.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you.
Stand beside Ifan and tell the thugs to back off.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
And I'll gladly shake
He
it.
grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it, hard.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
I noticed the thugs were afraid when you mentioned the lone wolves. What are they?
He shrugs, looking off to the side.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job.
You seem very keen to get out of here. How do you think that'll happen?
The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood. Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put. 2 heads are better than 1, and when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
Indeed.
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need?
He is actually really good as a wayfarer, so we'll keep him that way.
Can do. Onwards.
That settles it.
He scans the horizon for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
Right you are. Lead the way.
And there is someone else around here that I would like to recruit. There she is.
Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Back then I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube, and you were you. Glad to see you made it. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape?
I'm not really sure. I fell into the water and was nearly lost.
Me too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean.
There was a strange voice. It seemed to want me to survive.
I heard the same thing. Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only.
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock still, waxy skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours. Dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
We were discussing the shipwreck.
Oh, yeah. It was a shipwreck, all right. Not much more to say about it, I guess. Papa Joris used to tell me, Losa, he'd say, Losa, you ever find yourself in a sinking ship, follow the rats. They'll find you a way out. Applies to a lot of situations, actually. Vermin tend to know what's what.
You know, your name sounds familiar.
I've given a few shows around Reaper's Coast. Might be you saw a poster or a flyer. Might be you even heard about the, incident.
Go on. What incident?
Well, I was giving this concert up on Overlook Hill. There was a great crowd. They were really feeling it. But I guess it was too good. I had me a little source flare-up. Everyone went a bit, I don't know, wild, rabid. I snapped out of it before anyone got hurt, but the Magisters caught me backstage afterwards.
What exactly were you doing a moment ago? Was that a source flare-up too?
Oh, it's nothing really. It's just... I'm just a bit... well, a bit... hospitable?
Are you going to... You're going to have to elaborate.
Put it like this. You've never been a host, I bet. That's because you're an infested clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
I may understand her... I may understand you a bit better than you think.
She gives you a searching look.
You seem pretty well adjusted.
Looks can be deceiving.
Ain't that just the truth? So, how are you enjoying the joy?
Well, the Magisters hauled me in. Something about being a danger to yourself and society?
Yeah, same story here. Reckon in my case, they might actually be right, though. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that.
Sounds like a good idea.
It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve, so you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if... when push comes to shove. Lately I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, what'll it be?
I am interested with someone with affinity towards arcane arts. Do you know any other sorts of magic?
Don't know if you could tell, but mysticism's kinda my speciality. Let's get into the nitty-gritty while we're at it. What sort of magic are you interested in?
I'm looking for an elemental powerhouse. A wizard will do.
Sounds fine. So, we're good to go?
That settles it.
Yeah? Well, that was easier than I thought. And I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way.
Alright, and I think the elf lady ran down here. Oh, now we got our full team, by the way. These are the main companions that we're going to have for the rest of the game. So get used to them.
By the Queen's beard, it looks like you lost a fight with a claw hammer. Reckon you're in need of something to heal yourself up, eh?
Your perception indicates an excellent education. Where did you study at?
School of Hard Knocks, University of Life, Academy of this and that. I have the talent for it, and whenever I found someone with skill, I asked them to teach me.
Instead of a potion, she hands you an empty bottle and a fat brown mushroom.
Will you please teach me how to make a potion?
I knew I saw some talent in you. Go ahead and combine the mushroom with the vial. Once you've mastered the technique, you'll never need help from a crusty old quack like me again.
Well, thank you. And let's go to crafting real quick. Go to recipes. And we're going to make all 4 of them.
Tie yourself to the grave.
you.